Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats, presented by WeTV. In this series, we've been interviewing some of our amazing student athletes at Western Carolina University. As we near the end of the season, though, we like to interview some amazing tech staff from Chats with Cats. Today's guest is Owen Flemming, co-host of We Talk Sports. How are you, Owen?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we'll go ahead and jump right into this. Go ahead and please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Owen Flemming. I'm a communications major. I focus in broadcasting, and I'm a sports management minor as well. So those are my main concentrations here.
So what brought you to Western and why communications?
It's complicated for me because I graduated back in 2020 from high school. So I came here for a little bit back then. You know, it was COVID, so everything was online. Was not great for me. I went back home for a bit. I did some community college credits, and then I'm like, well, you know what? I might as well apply again, about an hour away. So I got back in and figured, we'd come on back. We'd finish up the degree, Basically, the most attractive thing, if I had to be honest, is just the cost. It's so affordable. It's so close to my hometown. It just makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something that's really funny, behind the cameras, of course, me and Owen and Dom, another one of our tech crew, and Chats with Cats core crew are friends outside, and I happened to be friends with Owen's friend group from the first time he was here and didn't realize it.
Then you're gonna bring that up later.
Oh, man.
Spoil.
Well, I'm so sorry. I've spoiled it. It's okay. But what got you started with co-hosting We Talk Sports with Dom?
Dom called me and was like, "I have a sports show. Want to be on the sports show?" Yes, great. Bring some stuff. So that's basically how it went. I was like, that sounds cool. I'll do that. And then we brought Jacob in as well when we started that. And I just kind of needed portfolio material. I'm working on, before I graduate next year, just kind of making as strong of a collection as I can of stuff. And if this feels like a good example to put on there, since I do like editing, post-production, thumbnails, that kind of thing is always good for portfolios, I'd say. So it's pretty attractive to me.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of along with the portfolio work as well, recently you've also started getting some time as the sports anchor for our newscasts here at WeTV. What fuels that passion for sports?
I've just really enjoyed it. And I mean, truthfully, I wasn't into sports before I came here. Our mutual friend, Jackson, like we were talking about, he basically got me into everything because there was the whole NBA bubble. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what these teams' history are. So he just gave me like a big old recap right before the bubble started and we started watching all the games. And then I was like, I like the Miami Heat. I like the Carolina Panthers. I like these sports teams. So I've gotten pretty into enjoying games, and I watched some sports when I was younger. Like I watched college football. My dad went to Georgia. I watched Formula One, which I still watch, but that's kind of different. But honestly, I just really enjoy the process of a team build,
Mm-hmm. And on that note as well, Jackson's also the reason I'm into sports, specifically Western athletics for me, but also March Madness. So shout out to Jackson.
You could say he's the real creator of Chats with Cats.
You could. That's a thing one could say.
He could say.
He could. What sports, you kind of touched on it, but what sports do you personally watch and follow?
I watch a wide variety. I watch NBA, I watch NFL, I watch some hockey. We got playoffs right now. Watch Formula One racing. Those are probably my main four, Sometimes I'll watch like boxing, but no. But those are probably the main ones, I'd say.
And what would your dream job be?
My dream job would be the editor of like a Hollywood blockbuster, like that'd be my number one, maybe one day thing. If I'm editing like a Star Wars movie or something, that'd be like the dream,
As we know, Star Wars and Marvel will never end, so you'll probably have material forever.
Maybe one day.
Maybe Star Wars more likely than Marvel. But another question that I kind of wanted to ask you, recently, we just had the communications celebration, and you were inducted as social media for WeTV. So during your time at WeTV, what has been your favorite kind of production you've been a part of?
Honestly, the newscasts are probably my favorite because, you bring everyone. Both shows we do, it's usually like a crew of like 4, 5 people. But when you do a newscast, everything is bustling, everything is busy. Everyone's got a role to play, and they all play it pretty well. And I just all enjoy the process of a team working together to create something that's going to go out into the world. So that's probably why newscasts are my favorite.
Yeah, for sure. It is really awesome to see all that. But we are going to move into our lightning round. So as I'm sure you very well know, 4 short little questions with some short little answers. So what has been your favorite class at Western?
Last year I had this religion and film class that I really like. I wasn't really expecting much out of it. I just kind of took it because I'm like, this seems like an easy credit to get back in the swing of things, watch movies, write about them. But it was really interesting, kind of the subtext that he would dive into. I really enjoyed that class. It went pretty in depth where I didn't really expect it to. And I watched some movies that I didn't know, but I really enjoyed that class a lot.
Awesome. What has been your favorite tech role or kind of role within WeTV?
Probably technical director, because it's basically just live editing, and editing's already kind of my favorite post-production thing. So it's a little more stressful when you're doing it for a broadcast, because if you mess up, you can't just hit undo like you can on Premiere, So it's a little stressful, but I really enjoy being able to just cut between things and create kind of a finished product out of just the cameras we have right in front of us,
Yeah, for sure. What is your favorite sports team outside of WCU?
Carolina Panthers, probably. Hopefully we're going to turn it around this year.
Yeah, I sure hope so for yours and Dom's sake. And then last lightning round, what is your favorite dining location on campus?
Probably Blue Ridge Burger, if I'm honest. I didn't really go there that often last semester, but I started going there more this semester. I really enjoyed it from what I've had.
1889 Bistro, Blue Ridge Burger are solid. But kind of last question to tie everything together, what would you tell students that are interested in being a comm major, especially in broadcasting at Western?
Please be a comm major. We need more people to come to the studio and work on productions. You'll have a great department full of people who will be ready to help out, help you learn whatever you want to start with. You'll be able to create whatever your heart desires as long as we have the budget for it. But you'll be able to learn a lot about these studios we have, these video production angles. And even if you don't want to do broadcasting, you can do PR, you can do writing. There's a lot of aspects of communication where it can be helpful to graduate with. So I'd say that since it's such a wide-ranging major, a lot of people could probably do pretty well. And I think if you come to a communication major, you're going to have a great community. It's going to be a great time. We're going to make some cool stuff. So I'd say go ahead, join the comm department.
Awesome words for future comm students. And you never know, you might even be able to get involved in something like Chats with Cats or We Talk Sports or We Watch, which Owen is also a big part of. But that is going to do it for the interview. So thank you, Owen, for coming on the show.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for always being behind the camera and in the studio as well. We'll see you next time, and go Cats.